Show's gonna start in a few minutes. Stay with us.
When we last spoke, there was one free agent left. It was the DJ Springer Real Muto Bauer free agency class, right? And they had all DJ and Real Muto went back to the original team. Springer became a Blue Jay, and Trevor Bauer. And the market boiled down to two places: the Mets or the Dodgers. Two teams with a lot of talent on their roster. Two teams that on paper should be playoff teams. But he had a choice between the momentum, sort of that thing where, that team where, like the Buccaneers, from bad to good, rags to riches, or the Dodgers, the World Series reigning, many-time reigning NL champion. And he went that route. And for Trevor Bauer, I think this is all sorts of the right move. I love the contract, 3 years, $100+ million. He makes $40 million this year and next year. He makes more than the Indians and the Pirates' separate payrolls. They're both under $40 million. Insane. And yeah, man, what this contract allows him to do is now he's got 3 chances to go win a ring with a very talented Dodgers offense, and he's betting on himself. Because if he goes out and puts up good numbers, he'll walk into a nice 5-year contract after this one.
Yeah. And I wasn't expecting him to go there, to be honest with you.
Neither was
I thought it was definitely going to be the Mets. That's what it looked like going to it until he dropped that video. But I mean, just crazy. And we joked about it a couple of shows ago. If he goes there, forfeit the season.
Scrap the whole thing.
I think we shouldn't scrap it because I miss it so much, but just insane how they have that much money to get him to, and bats last year, and they're gonna probably get Bellinger back.
What this leads to is an interesting thing, because the Dodgers, I love it, are testing the fates of the dreaded luxury tax, which, boring conversation coming up here a little bit. The luxury tax is the device in place which prevents any professional sports team from domineering the league, because you're supposed to stay under it, and if you don't, you get fined additional money. Dodgers don't care. They don't care. They won the World Series. They've got so much money in the tank. They're, probably besides the Yankees, the most lucrative franchise of all time. And you're right, they went and got Bauer after making a big deal. But the real interesting part will come in a few years, because Corey Seager.
Yep, I forgot about him.
Bellinger, Bueller. There are some talented pieces.
Will Smith.
What?
Will Smith, I think, is a great catcher too.
Will Smith, absolutely, yeah. That are on this team. That are they going to be able to keep all these guys down the road? I don't think so now. I think the Dodgers are saying, hey, we've had a window. We're still in the window. We just expanded another 2-3 years. But after that, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But who cares about 4 years from now? The Dodgers care about right now. And right now, it's funny because they saw their division rival, the new and sexy San Diego Padres, going at Yu Darvish and Blake Snell and Joe Musgrove to their rotation. And they said, no problem. How about give us the NL Cy Young Trevor Bauer?
Crazy stuff.
How must watch will Padres Dodgers games be this year?
The matchups every game, pitching wise, are going to be like crazy. And two of the best lineups in the league. It's going to be a dogfight all year with them, all year.
It's funny because
there's going to be a lot of fights, I think, there too.
In my opinion, now, if you look at now there's a couple of small moves left, but for all intents and purposes, the dust has settled on the MLB offseason, right? And most teams are pretty much, they look like how they're going to look like. Like, I can officially assess how talented I think each roster is.
Yeah.
The NL West is Dodgers-Padres. I don't think there's a better 1-2 than Dodgers-Padres. That's the most competitive 2-team division that there is.
Yeah, for sure. And they're going to just kill the Giants and Rockies and D-backs all year too.
I'll go
So,
one caveat just to balance out my perspective. You're paying Trevor Bauer the most money of any person playing Major League Baseball this year. Is Trevor Bauer talented? Absolutely. But you want to talk about a skewing sample size, 11 starts versus this central offenses in Major League Baseball against the Pirates, the Brewers, I was saving the Twins because they're one of the only good ones, the Tigers, the Royals. Now, his numbers were disgusting. Did he look awesome in his playoff start against a good Braves lineup? Yes.
mhm.
Did his independent numbers, so not his on the field stats, but his analytical, his speed, his rotation, his break look incredible? Absolutely. But the guy's got a career 3.9 ERA. So do I think Trevor Bauer is going to be good? Yes. Do I think he'll be great? Yes. But is there a chance he walks out with a 3.6 ERA this year?
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
And I hate to be negative, Nelly, but you're not paying a guy $40-some million to have a basically ERA over 3. So
Yeah.
it could come back to bite the Dodgers a little bit. I do think they go all in, and I like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if 3 years from now, if they don't walk away with another ring again, and Bauer over 3 years goes like 32-20 with a 3.5 ERA, Dodgers fans might be biting their butts a little bit.
I think the Garrett Cole thing was when he was a free agent and the Yankees signed him. I think it's kind of similar, even though like he didn't win Cy Young, he had a Cy Young year, but he played, the whole season, not 60 games. But before that, when he was on the Pirates,
Yep.
it's kind of similar to when Bauer was on the Indians and then went over to the Reds. We're just gonna see. He's gonna face so much more tougher lineups.
Yeah.
On a more consistent basis. So I don't know. Is he their one right now? Would you put him is he their ace?
No, I put Buehler as the ace purely because he showed me in the playoffs that Buehler's a gamer. His playoff starts for me are what put me above Bauer. If I'm them, my rotation goes Buehler, Bauer, Kershaw.
Yeah.
You got righty, lefty, and then you go probably Urias
and Dustin May.
And I like Dustin May a lot. I think Dustin May, it was a funky year for him to kind of really break out into the scene. I think with how good the Dodgers are, if you can start him as your fifth, and if you can even play that particularly, give him a lot of starts against the Diamondbacks and Rockies, Dustin May can really develop himself this year.
Yeah.